gotta get out of my bed. Gotta stop worrying about all my problems and focus on finding solutions instead. Change up the vision, been on a mission to count on my blessings instead of my bread. I've been addicted to better in every component I know I control for I'm dead. Finally figure I've been that. If I'm talking, I'm making an impact. If it's hate on the way, then I skip that. If I said it, you know that I meant that. And in fact, I won't be throwing no stones, rather be setting the tone. Oh man, I gotta get it, I'm grown, even if it's on my own. Oh man, enemies trying to get rid of me, tendencies that'll turn kin to the enemy. Pretend to be with the team, here's my remedy. Focus on me and the things God getting me. These plans to grow, my entities been going hard. The intensity, how that work out, splendidly. Focus on me and the things God getting me.
Yo, people, what is up? What is going on? We are back to talk about another episode of Monarch. Got Brandman in the house with me. Brandman, how you doing, brother?
Not too bad. It's very, very nice over here in Chicago, so I can't complain.
Yeah, we're getting some nice weather over here too, man. Definitely. Tell the people where they can find you real quick, sir.
Right on. You can find us on YouTube under Spoiler Kings. We do film reviews and trailer reactions live every Monday, Thursday, and sometimes Saturdays at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also find us on Facebook as well under Spoiler Kings. And if you have Instagram, you can find us under Spoiler Kings Review.
Absolutely. So make sure to check them out. They do some great stuff. I wasn't able to catch the show last night live, but Collector told me you guys talked about Michael for the beginning. So I just watched the beginning to hear what you guys had to say. Well, at least Brian anyways. I think we have the same kind of thoughts on it. So I can't wait to do the review for that, which will probably be, I know we're going to talk about tomorrow on the Rewind, but tomorrow night I think we'll do a review for that one as well. So got a lot of things going up. I got 3 streams tonight, right? So I got this one. Then right after this, I got to do Daredevil. And then right after that, I got to do The Boys. So yeah, it's gonna be a long night. You know what I mean? But this is what we do over here, man. So first off, what'd you think of this episode?
I was happy with it. It's stepped its game up. I think we had that little bit of the dry spell, and then it kind of started going a little more uphill for me. But I definitely liked this one. Out of the last probably 4 episodes, I'd say this one probably did the most for me.
Absolutely, I can definitely agree with you. I thought this episode was pretty good. There were a few things that I guess I could say I had a little bit of an issue with, but one thing they did in this episode that kind of DJ Play Nice said, y'all, now it's a good time to share out the show. Send it to a friend or post. Oh, okay, I don't know who that is. Whatever. Y'all be safe, have fun, take care, the crew, and rock. No problem, brother. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
Always, 100%. So I remember, lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. I remember now. Yeah. So last week, was it last week or a week before? Whichever one. We had an issue with Shaw not remembering what he did when he's talking to his past self, right? At least they kind of addressed that in here where he's like, well, I didn't remember it until it happened. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can accept that explanation for it, but it still don't make too much sense. But I mean, at least they gave us something. It wasn't something they just left in the dark and was like, you know what, we're not gonna do this, so at least they did that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So first off, what were your positives for this episode? I forgot to share the damn screen.
I liked that it didn't go overboard with the soap opera versus kind of monsters content. It felt more balanced. There was some cool Skull Island stuff. We get to see Kong.
For a little bit, at least.
for a little bit, right? We at least get to see him.
Yeah.
What else? I had it for a minute. Kentaro's kind of coming around
towards the end. He did, but He's still pissing me off though.
Yeah, like he's kind of grinding. I cannot believe I'm saying this. He was kind of grinding a little more on my nerves than Kate was.
Facts, 100%.
They're making her a little bit. I can't believe I'm saying this. They're making her a little tolerable.
Absolutely.
She's talking sense.
Yep.
Hmm.
While Kataro is because so there's a scene and we're getting into it, but there's a scene where she's like, "Oh, she's using you, right?" Where Kate tells Kataro she's using you. "Oh, she's using you." Kataro's like, "Oh, whatever." And then he realizes at the end that she is using it, and I'm like, "Bro, everybody could see it except you,
Hmm.
right?"
Yeah, and it's like, what were you doing, man?
And it's funny because I think everyone in this show kind of flip flopped at one point, right?
Hmm.
Um, what's her name? Shit. Cora flip flop. She went over to Apex for a bit and then came back, right?
Hmm.
You had Kate who did her Kate stuff, leave it, and tried to bounce and then came back. And then
Hmm.
now you have Kentaro who's flipping and gonna probably end up coming back in the last episode to help out and everything. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I'm just like, just it feels like a soap opera. It feels like a soap opera, but at least they didn't dwell on it too much. More things in this episode made a lot more sense than the past three, I would say.
Absolutely. It didn't go overboard with it. It felt there was more of a sense of balance, and maybe the people in the writers' room weren't really were a little more focused and weren't tripping over each other this time.
Absolutely. So when the episode starts off, it starts off with them in Monarch. Tim is there, Shaw is there, and they're all there, and they're because I guess they're following Godzilla,
Hmm.
thinking that Godzilla is going to like kill the Titan. But Godzilla ends up leaving it, and they're like, "Oh, well, if Godzilla is the one who's protecting us," and then he's saying, "Well, Godzilla did do the job because Godzilla was basically putting it on the right path," which kind of makes sense because, again, when it comes to the show, you have to be careful not to screw up what you did in the like other movies, right?
Hmm.
So I was hoping for a fight, but I was like, okay, this kind of makes more sense. I think we're gonna get an actual Kong and Titan X fight at the end, which will probably end with Kate stopping them from fighting or some shit like that.
I was going to say the same thing. That's kind of what it looked like. It was gearing towards or building up towards for the 10th and final episode next week.
Absolutely. But bro, if if Kong loses to Titan X,
Hmm.
we're gonna have a problem. I'm gonna be
Oh,
pissed.
I'm gonna be so angry
You
if
know
if
what I mean?
if they like have been kind of teasing him, kind of dangling him in front of us, having him completely absent for episodes on end, and then have him show up only to get
Get his ass whooped
ass
by
whooped.
Titan X.
That
You
that
know
would
what I
be
mean?
that would be like the ultimate disrespect, ultimate nerfing,
Yeah,
like
100%.
and I cannot in good conscience stand for that.
100%. I agree with you 100%. That shit would piss me off because we waited so long to see Kong, and then now all of a sudden you're gonna tell me what Kong can't even beat Titan X, right? It's
Right.
I I get what they do in this show. Godzilla's top dog, 100%. If that's what you're gonna do, but Kong has to be number two.
Yep.
You can't weak out Kong and make him get losing to all these other Titans and shit like that. You know what I mean? That'll just
Mhm.
piss me off. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just nodding in agreement. Yeah.
And Shoff realizes that his plan isn't going to work because Godzilla ends up leaving, right? And letting the Titan go back on its path. So they end up going to Skull Island. Now, how did you feel about seeing Skull Island again?
I am always content whenever we get to go to Skull Island.
Yeah,
Skull
me too.
Island is one of my favorite things about the MonsterVerse,
Mm-hmm.
and exploring more facets of it always has me engaged. I thought that
100%.
I thought that like tree branch monster was
Bruh.
dope.
Bruh, hold on. Let's get to that because
Mhm.
I was like, yo, what the fuck is that? Yo,
Right.
and then when they showed it, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I gotta play it.
Imagine what's
Let's
beneath.
go.
This place has nothing on Access Monday.
This island almost 2 years. I really can't believe the base.
So first off, hold on, let me pause it.
Mhm.
The first time they showed that little log or whatever, looks like a twig, right? Shaw steps over it. I knew right away someone was either gonna fucking step on it or trip over it, bro. It was like so obvious that they did that, and sure enough, it was Tim that did it. But I was like, okay, I mean, do we have to do these tropes? Like, you know what I mean?
It was very derivative.
You
And
know,
you see it coming.
facts.
Where's Hadley?
There, right there. I was like, oh, that looks like it looks like a fucking like a giant mantis or something, right?
Right.
But one thing I like about when they go to Skull Island,
Mm-hmm.
you always see something different. Like every time they go to Skull Island, there's always a different creature there. And I think they're doing a good job with the Skull Island stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do when it comes to Skull Island, and they're really making the most of that. And I just love how everything there, it's like Australia. Everything's dangerous and trying to kill you.
Oh, one place I will never go, bro. I see these videos of these spiders that look bigger than my head. I'm like, there's no freaking way these things coming out of your toilet and shit. Yeah, Australia's a place I would never go to.
Actually, when I went overseas, fun fact, I was trying to get over there for vacation at one point, and
Of course you were.
just too many travel visa not problems, but it was a big process, and I think eventually I'm just like, okay, never mind.
Well, you might be lucky because I don't know if we match over there. You know what I mean? What's up, Anik Jones? How you doing, brother? Thanks for popping
Hey,
in.
what's
Much
going on?
appreciated. Yeah, I don't know if we match over there, but let's continue with this. Yeah. When I seen that, I was like, okay, now this is what I'm talking about, right? Now, what I think this series has missed is there needed to be a lot more of that, you know? The more the
Definitely.
creature stuff, and I don't think there was enough. And Nate Jones said, have you heard that Gen V has been canceled? Yes, I did hear that, but honestly, it's nothing that wasn't unexpected because The Boys is finishing up, right? So where do you go from there? And then two, you have the Soldier Boy spinoff coming as well. So it didn't surprise me. I remember speaking to Brian when we did the Gen V stuff. He told me like he didn't think there was going to be a season 3.
No, and I think they kind of even implied that they weren't going to go beyond 2, and I think 2 seasons is actually enough just to kind of interweave in between, the 2 seasons of The Boys that came out around the same time.
No, I agree
So-
with you 100%.
Yeah, I'm not even bothered about that, to be honest. 2 seasons is enough.
There's only so much you could do with that show too. Once you finish off with The Boys, right? Whatever they do with how they get rid of Homelander and all of this stuff, I don't think there's really that much more for Gen V because I think there's going to be like, not as many superhero stuff or I don't know. It's just I could see why they did it. That's why. I could see.
Definitely. So the fact that they know when to stop is, I think, a good thing. You don't
Absolutely.
some things you don't want to run into the ground just for the sake of it.
And a lot of these shows do that, right? A
Right.
lot of these shows will overstay their welcome, and then by the last season, you get that Game of Thrones stuff where everybody just can't stand it. You know what I mean? So I think ending
Exactly.
it at 2 is good.
Me too.
I wouldn't mind if they did a next season, but ending it at 2 is good. Ending it at 2 is good.
I agree.
Oh, wait, hold on. I like her character, but low-key, I wanted her to get got.
Really?
Yeah. Low-key, I wanted it to eat her. I was like, okay, just eat her, please. Like,
It would have been a great move. I wouldn't have necessarily minded it. I
or
like her too.
expected it either, right? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's like, oh, they put some stakes in this show. Obviously, it wouldn't have been
exactly.
her, but
Mhm.
I'm just saying. That thing looks pretty strong. I'm surprised that he was able to hold her and keep
Mhm.
her from getting sucked up or getting sucked up with her. But I liked it. I kind of was hoping maybe Kong would have came in and did something. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I guess we're saving Kong for the last episode.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed that scene. So we get to Shaw and they're talking about, and I think this is a lot of the soap opera stuff that come in here because at least we do get context as to what Billy was doing, right? So
Mhm.
supposedly he was looking for a rift, and this rift in Skull Island, I'm guessing, connects to everywhere around the world, right? So any rift that you're seeing or opens up, like what I said, Madagascar or all these places, every time he dropped the little canister in there, it kept going back to Skull Island.
Yep.
Now I don't know how that translate to Access Monday because their plan is to get the tights into that spot so they can send them back to Access Monday. So I guess they're gonna have to explain that a little bit more in the last episode. And then
Mhm.
and then another thing that they talked about too, which was that girl's plan, is to use Access Monday as like a time machine. But from what I remember in this show, if you go to Access Monday and you're down there for 2 days, it's like a year. So how can you go back in time because they were wanted to save his father and stuff like that? So how can you do that? I don't get it. I think I'm confused a little bit there.
I was questioning that too, just to get a handle on how that works. 'Cause they didn't really go into too much detail with that, and you know, they they didn't even imply they know enough about it to be able to manipulate it in their favor.
Exactly, 100%. And now I know they hinted in the last episode that Shaw was talking to himself in the past, right? But
Hmm.
that doesn't explain how. Well, maybe I guess if you're able to talk to someone in the past and tell them what's going to happen in the future so that they don't make that mistake, I guess you could do that, but they made it seem like you could just go in and out through time, and I'm curious to see where it goes from there.
Hmm.
But we finally see that Shaw and shit, I can't remember her name. The mom, what's the mom's name again?
Um,
May.
Keiko,
No,
May.
Keiko. That's it.
Mhm.
Keiko are actually on the same page finally because Shaw was going off and doing his other thing in the previous episode, but now they're on the same page. So I guess
Mhm.
I like that. But again, it goes to this time where I'm like, everybody flip flop in this season, and I kind of didn't like that. What about you?
Yeah, it finally to see them align more was refreshing because they were kind of all over the place with that previously. So I'm happy that they're that they were kind of on the same page finally.
Absolutely. Now, this
Mhm.
episode had a lot of flashbacks to, Billy and Keiko getting married,
Mhm.
and then what happened with Billy and Shaw after she disappeared. What did you think about the flashbacks?
They worked. I don't think they were too distracting from the present day narrative. So it's always kind of a risky move because there have been times where the flashbacks have kind of taken me out of the show.
100%.
Yeah. So and it like I said, it's a balancing act. I think they did that a lot better this time.
You know what? I definitely agree with you because you also got some context as to, why they were so apart. Now, I know we know that Billy slept with Keiko and I'm sorry, Shaw slept with Keiko. Billy found out, so that kind of fucked shit up too. But it
Hmm.
also gives more context as to why Billy didn't go back. right? When he says, go back and see your son, he's like, no, I can't, right? One, because he wanted to still find Keiko, and two, is kind of, embarrassed that he was gone so long. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
Kate, you're not the expert here. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a physicist. I'm just a science teacher, but I know that there's no such thing as a time machine. I know that you can't change the past no matter how much we want to. Dad wouldn't want to see us this way. He wouldn't want anyone else to get hurt. Not for his sake.
She's right.
So I like this part. I like what Kate is telling her there. But when she comes in and she's like, you're right, you can leave if you want to. I was like, bro, you can't tell she's playing you? She's trying to make it seem like she's giving you the option to go, right? Which she kind of was doing, but she knew she was manipulating that he wouldn't go. I don't know. I think he's an idiot.
For real. Yeah, like you can't see through this, man.
You know what I'm saying? I guess we've had more experience with women, I guess, and that's why we would see through this crap. But I'd be like, nah, you know what? Something's not right here. And at one point, I thought he was like, okay. I thought he was him and Kate, like, because I misheard something when I was watching it the first time, right? So I thought him and Kate were trying to figure out what they were doing. Like they had a plan backstage and like, okay, this is what we're going to do, right? But obviously not, because he was strictly a part of this girl's organization until he finds out that their main plan is to kill Kong. And that's why I'll be upset if the Titan ends up beating Kong, because like it's not supposed to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not. And the fact that was his that was his last straw, and I know I'm kind of repeating what you were just saying. It was just too, for me. It was like, come on, man.
Yeah. You talking about, because in the helicopter, right? He was talking about how the Titans aren't humans, and he don't like the Titans, and now all of a sudden it's like we're gonna kill Kong, and he's like, we can't do that.
Wait a second.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, just a minute ago, these guys weren't human and they were a danger to humanity, and you were all in.
Absolutely. So now they're trying to put the Titan to sleep, and they try to distract Kong. So at least we get some Kong here. Not much, but we get some Kong there. Oh, this part was good too when Tim did this. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, it's you take what you could get with what little of Kong they're giving us, right?
Absolutely, 100%. At least they show him, and to me, it's like, okay, so if you're showing him like this, then you're hinting at something in the final episode. So if you give me what you're hinting at, I'll be okay with that, But this guy, of course, he hears Kong and he want to bounce.
Durand are still up.
But I like when Tim.
They're still alive.
Excuse me?
Hey! If they are still alive, which they are, they would stay on mission. And so are we. A Kong, he's on his way. So we need to pick up the pace, and we are not leaving anyone else behind. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That's clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, great. Sorry for being a dick, but feels good to be in charge.
There you go.
He's like, sorry to be a dick, but it feels good to be in charge. Yeah, we can see it, And
All
I
right,
think
Tim.
again, he's doing his character is a great character progression from the way it was when in first season. So I definitely like that. What about you?
Yeah, like I've said many times, where they're going with Tim is probably one of my favorite. Yeah, my number one favorite character arc on this season. How he's become more of an authoritative figure You know, he was a milquetoast the first season.
Yeah, yeah.
So to see where they're going, you see a little of it still there. You know, apologizing for being a. And I'm like, dude, don't apologize. No.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Don't apologize. You did what you had to do.
yeah, but I like him. He's someone who I'd like to see segue over into the movies. The next like if he shows up in Godzilla vs Kong 3, I'd be so happy.
I agree. I think you'd be good in that.
It's here. I have to do all of this by myself. Kentaro, you know how important this is. It's here.
So now she's telling him about his plan, and basically, like I said, the plan is to have Titan X and Kong have a fight to the death. I'm like, okay, if that's what you're giving us, that's good.
Yep.
So they end up putting the Titan to sleep.
That narrow valley.
I'm not sure. Did she tell him about her plan to kill Kong yet?
I thought we were going to.
I think she did.
Yeah.
I think this was a scene where she did it. In fact,
The best person. It was about choosing the right person.
Yeah.
You are Kentaro Randa, Bill and Keiko Randa's grandson. There's one thing we need to do first.
Here.
We can't set up a base here with Kong roaming the island.
I thought we were going to distract him, keep him busy.
Right. How long do you think we can do that? That's why we brought Titan X here.
I thought we needed to open a rift.
We do, and then we need it to take out Kong.
Take out Kong? That's impossible.
It's necessary.
You can't kill Kong.
Why? Because he can't be killed, or because you don't want him to be?
You didn't tell me this is part of the plan.
I know, and I apologize.
Why did you
Hopefully
lie?
it's because he can't be killed.
I was scared.
yeah.
I was afraid that...
You know, their plan is to kill Kong so that they can take over Skull Island, so that they can do what they want. Now, of course, Kate, gets sent away, but she does what she's supposed to do, and she does what she's supposed to do, and she jumps out of the helicopter so that she can go and help.
Oh, that. They should come to the place that Billy marked there.
Who are they?
They're not Monarch. They sure don't look like Apex. I think they must be with whoever has Kate and Kentaro.
Then what's phase 2?
Not good. They're bugging out in a hurry.
They must be looking for the rift.
Obviously, we're not the only ones that think Billy was onto something. Okay, where to now? Okay.
So Kay ends up losing it now because she don't understand why Billy did what he did and all of that stuff. That was the part I could do without, though. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, get on with the mission. Don't start feeling sorry for yourselves. Wait till later. But then we get back to 1957, and this is right after they lose her in the rift, and they're having a conversation about it. And Billy's all shook up, and he says he'll never give up, and that's why we get what we're doing in the future.
She's gone.
You don't know that.
I do know that. You're gonna have to start coming to terms with reality. Those things, they were just...
If the returns from the seismic chargers accurately reflect voids beneath the surface,
Billy.
she could have found a space to shelter it.
Stop!
So that's why they had the little riff, and that's why he did what he did, because he wanted to go save Keiko, and he never gave up on saving her. So, I mean, interesting. Very interesting. I thought that was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was fine that it was there. They could have taken that out, and it wouldn't have kneecapped this, the narrative of this episode. But
I agree.
They kept a good tether, and they showed just enough when it came to the flashbacks.
I agree.
Don't have any empathy for these creatures, Kentaro. They don't have any for you, and they didn't have any for your father.
Control center to Simmons.
I'm here.
Kate Randa escaped. She didn't get on the chopper.
So Kate escapes, and she's able to get into a room where she gets a walkie-talkie, and then she tells them what's happening and who's behind it, and I guess they're going to make a plan to try and stop them, right?
Yeah.
But I like the fact that there's Shaw, they got separated when those mantis came. So Shaw and Keiko are doing their thing, which they're trying to find the rift, while Tim and May are trying to get to the Titan. Now they show this burial scene here. And it seems to be where Billy died, right? Because they find his camera and
His
everything.
camera. Yep.
So is this what we see in the first movie? Because remember, it's John Goodman that's playing him, right? Older.
Mhm.
So I think in the first movie, when they show him in Skull Island, I think this is what happens.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
I
think you might be right.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch the first one. No, not the first one. Skull Island. In Skull Island, it happens in Skull Island. John Goodman. You see him doing the video camera first. He's talking and he's being chased by something, and then it cuts off and we find out he's dead. So I think this is actually where he died. I don't know how long ago it was because I don't know if Skull Island time works the same as regular time. But yeah, I think this is where he died. I mean, this is what we see in the first movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and revisit that myself because I think you're absolutely right.
And if that's the case, then that's a good connection to the movie, right? We already know that the shows have some kind of connection to the movie, like in the timeline and everything. But when they did this, I was like, okay, that's a good connection.
Man, something very, very bad went down here.
If anybody remembers, let me know, because I really do think that was the beginning of Skull Island that they're showing here.
Yeah, now I'm sitting here thinking about exactly that. I gave that zero thought, man. That's a great call.
She finds this camera and she said, this is where Billy died. She starts crying. And then we get another flashback to Billy, and Billy sees, I can't remember his name, Sorotor or something like that. And he ends up taking his thing.
Here, I'll take it. I've made you dozens. Have you retrieved any of them? Just means I need to keep trying. The map isn't complete. It's time to admit that the data does not support your theory.
You can't prove something doesn't exist. We're only limited by our imagination beyond
Stop.
logic.
Perhaps we both should have imagined less. Maybe then Keiko and Lee would still be with us.
Just give it to me.
Billy! What are you doing? Stop!
Another thing that I like too is when you see him acting like this, then you kind of get a feel as to why he was like that in Skull Island, right?
Skull Island, yeah.
Yeah, why he was such a bitter and angry person like that. So I was like, okay, this is decent. I like that.
Go home to yourself.
Oh, this is it? Yeah.
So, I guess Billy.
Yeah, we find out what
is that,
Billy
right?
was doing with those things.
Right there. What is that?
My bad.
Billy brought it with him? Huh. And another one, and another. Well, he brought enough of them.
Unless he...
So we find out that's when we find out that Billy was using the rift to send them through time or whatever to try and find Keiko, because he left a message in every single one of those bottles. When she opens it up, she sees this letter.
This is it. This is Grand.
Wait. There's something in here.
Yeah, this one too.
Keiko. Didn't have the words when it mattered, but I hope you hear them now.
So he put the letter in there, and that's when Keiko finds out that he never gave up on her and he was trying to save her the whole time. Now, do you think it's possible to save him? Because if they're doing this, go back in time shit, because we get to what Quintero says at the end, if they could save his father, couldn't they save Billy?
I don't see why they couldn't. You know, and there's been times, the last episode in particular and the one before that, where it kind of seemed like they were kind of gearing towards that idea.
Absolutely, 100%. And I think they might be doing that, what makes a little bit of sense. But Kentaro ends up going to find Kate because she ran off.
Yeah.
Oh, this is when they're waking it up. So they wake it up and they trying to lead it to Kong. But Kong ends up hearing it and is on a collision course with it. So
That
So I think-
monster design is dope, by the way.
Kong, eh?
Kong and the
Titan X?
Titan
I
X.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I like even the mantis that they showed. I thought those were pretty cool too. You know what I mean? Like I've never had an issue with any of the creatures that they created in the show. I think they do a good job of them, and I'm like, okay, so we are gonna get a Kong fight, which is good. But Kate ends up finding the egg.
You shouldn't have gotten off that helicopter. There's a rampaging Titan on the other side of this door.
I know. And we can do something about it. We can give her baby back.
And then what? It just takes it and goes back where it came from?
Yes, that's what should have happened if we hadn't interfered. If I hadn't interfered.
So I guess now they're on board to help the Titan get its egg back because Kentaro didn't like the fact that they said they wanted to kill Kong. I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's out of nowhere considering his previous actions. But all right.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, bro. So now they end up putting. So in the previous episode, they showed that they were trying to get the Titan to be docile, right, and friendly or whatever, so they control it. But in here, they did put something in it, and this time they're using it to make it angry, which is what's supposed to get it to fight Kong. Show that.
Running out of time.
Yeah, I went back. So there's the egg part.
Hadn't interfered.
But what you said, die.
Oh, okay, so that's where it ends. My bad.
Just like this. That's why I'm doing this. It's why I don't care what happens to Titan X or Kong.
What are you talking about?
Dad, he doesn't have to die. We can save him.
So that's how the episode ends, with him telling Kate that he can save their dad from dying. Do you think they're going to do it?
Well, there's going to have to be some sort of payoff if they're introducing time travel, which is, I think, what we both mutually feared they were going to do.
Do you notice that everything we watching so far has had some sort of time travel in it?
Yep. It's the plot device. It's the Deus Ex Machina they're using right now. So yeah, I'm still I don't know how I feel about them taking advantage of time travel like that.
I don't know, man. These shows, maybe they're trying to tell us something, bro, because there's a lot of time travel in these shows right now.
Man, I'm telling you, it's something.
From has it. Paradise had it. This has it. I'm like, damn, okay. Well, maybe they figure something out and they're trying to ease us into it by doing these shows. I have no idea. But what do you think is going to happen next episode?
So it's got to end with some kind of fight involving Titan X, and if not Godzilla, then Kong. I'm just waiting to see which one it's going to be. there's going to have to inevitably be some kind of payoff with this time travel mumbo jumbo that they're strongly hinting towards.
100%.
So, yeah, but I wonder how much they're going to lean into it. Are they going to use it to resurrect their father? Are they going to use it to get the younger Shaw back? Are they going to use it for whatever Amber Midthunder's character is, whatever her name is? I'm forgetting what her name is at the moment. Is it going to be all of the above?
Facts.
And just how contained this is going to be. Are they going to hint towards another season, or is this going to be it? Those are my big questions.
See, I'm right there with you. I hope they don't bring him back and do the time travel thing and like, hey guys, because now it's like you can fix everything with the time travel, right? So I don't like that. Maybe they find out that, you know, they can interact with the past or whatever, but they can't change it. Something like that would make more sense to me. I hope they do that. I'm right there with you, though. I think if they don't do a third season, they'll probably tie it into one of the movies, which kind of makes more sense to me. But I know they're supposed to be doing a Shaw series, right? And I think it's in the past. I'm not sure.
I think I did see that, yeah.
So that's coming up too. So of course it's going to be connected with that. It'll be interesting to see. But next week we do have the final episode. What did you think for this as a penultimate?
I'd say it was enough. I'd say that all they need to do is make the 10th and final episode a good companion piece that wraps everything up sufficiently. I think they can. So I'd say right now, I was content.
I got you.
If I had to put it in a word,
I think
it did just enough to where to where I'm feeling like, you know, they can stick the landing and do this sufficiently with the 10th and final episode of the season.
Absolutely. So I'll say this. I'm like you. I'm kind of content for now. If episode 10 gives us a nice little fight with Kong and the Titan, then I'll be like, okay, I understand what they did. Because I think, I don't know if you've seen the last episode of Invincible.
I did.
I had a serious problem with that last episode because nothing happens. I'm like, you gave us this amazing penultimate episode, and then you just used the last episode to, like, you know, tie all the knots together and shit. Now it's like, nah, I didn't like that. So at least this one, you tie the knots together before you have the big fight in the season finale. That's how I like it done. But hopefully we get that, which will make this episode a lot better for me. What grade would you give it?
This is a solid B episode, I'd say.
Yeah.
This is a solid B. You know, definitely watch it. Obviously, if you're watching the rest of the season, you pretty much gotta. But it's on the higher side of the last slew of episodes for sure. I think that the showrunners and the writers weren't really getting in the way of themselves. I think that it had a lot more sense of focus than some of the previous ones too. They knew what to do in terms of the flashbacks and the human drama, the human soap opera, as we say very often. I think that some of the character motivations are a little too over the place. Some of the character actions, I'm sorry, were a little too all over the place at times. But
agreed.
Yeah, it's not bad enough to kill this episode in particular for me.
I'm right there with you. I give this episode a B too. Like I said, if you're watching the series, it's an episode to watch 100% for sure, because it leads up to something. I think we're going to get an epic fight in episode 10, so I'm hoping we get that. Yeah, that's really much about it for this episode. Did you have anything else?
I'd say that covers it.
I would too. Guys, thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Make sure to stay tuned to the channel because then I'll be doing Daredevil coming up next. If you want to stick around for that, Brandman, just let me know.
Okay.
But we'll definitely be doing Daredevil next. So thank you guys. Much appreciated. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
See you guys.
I know that they're playing on my downfall, but I know my purpose here is bigger than me. Every time I'm lost, I find my way. Okay. I ain't never stressed. Okay. Bring on all my blessings. All my blessings. Let them lead the way. All my blessings. Hey. You ready? All my blessings. Hey. Yo. Gotta get out of my head, gotta get out of my bed. Gotta stop worrying about all my problems and focus on finding solutions instead. Change up the vision, been on a mission to count on my blessings instead of my bread. I've been addicted to better in every component I know I control for I'm dead. Finally figure I've been that. If I'm talking, I'm making an impact. If it's hate on the way, then I skip that. If I said it, you know that I meant that. And in fact, I won't be throwing no stones, rather be setting the tone. Oh man, I gotta get it, I'm grown, even if it's on my own. Oh man. Enemies trying to get rid of me, tendencies that'll turn kin to the enemy. Pretending me with the team, here's my remedy. Focus on me and the things God getting me. When these seeds planted, grow my entities, been going hard. The intensity, how that work out, splendidly. Focus on me and the things God getting me.